All right. Well, good afternoon. It's in the afternoon here. It's like 4:30 in the afternoon right here in Scottsdale, Georgia. I am coming to you to acquaint you with myself. I am Reverend Dr. Alfreda Capers, and I am promoting and informing you of my book. It's called Spiritual Parenting. It's called Grand Frida's Spiritual Parenting. This is the rough draft of it, and this is the back of it. This is just a rough draft of it. We have not finalized the printing as of yet, but this is what it will look like. And I'm thinking of changing the size of it, thinking on that. So possibly I will. I may leave it on this 8.5 by 11 with the spiral, because I want to use it for churches and teach spiritual parenting. Why spiritual parenting? Well, I'll put it to you like this. Why not? Spiritual parenting gives us an option to trust God in raising our children, or trusting the peripheral or the proverbial quote, no book, no instructions to parenting. Now there are secular books out there that are teaching parenting, but we need to know spiritual parenting. And the reason that I feel that we need to know spiritual parenting is the responsibility of raising a child would be done in a way that we would have a constant referral source, and that's the Bible. We will also utilize other sources, but those sources are going to be on child development and the cognitive factors and spectrums that actually help us to understand what children do and why we should be the parent and not the buddy and not the friend, but the actual parent to that child. As I began to get into spiritual parenting, I got into it because I was concerned about youth offenders, young people that were filling up the youth detention facilities and that were actually running back and forth. Their recidivism was extremely high. So I'm kind of figuring out what is it that's missing. We have the court systems, and the court systems have set up parenting curriculums for the parents in some cases, not in enough cases though. There is actually not enough parenting curriculums available to parents to help them raise their children, and specifically when a family is in trouble with various dysfunctions. And some dysfunctions are inherited. Some dysfunctions are brought on just by mental illness that goes untreated and goes unrecognized. Some dysfunctions are also brought on by just total disregard for morals and respect for one another. No roles are defined in the family. There are no roles defined into who does what, what's expected of the mother, what's expected of the father, what's expected of the children. Therefore, there are a great deal of young people that are what we call juvenile delinquents. Is what they were called back in the day. Today, we are calling them youth offenders, and some states vary as to who is a youth. The age varies in most states, so we want to take a look at that. But basically, it's at the age of 17 that they are considered to be charged as an adult in some instances, and in some states it's actually up to the age of 21. Some states it's 18. But my concern is that when things go wrong in a family, what help is there to bring that family to some sense of wholeness that would bring that family to a degree of considering themselves as what we would call whole? I also wanted to bring to your attention that spiritual parenting is a cultural choice. There are some cultures that believe that a child marrying at the age of 12, there has even been a case of a child marrying at the age of 10, getting married, matrimony, going before a judge or a minister or whoever is able to perform the wedding, actually performing a wedding, and the child becomes married. The child becomes a husband or a wife as a child. My problem with that is the developmental stages of children. When they are ignored, they cause severe problems in adult life. When a child does not have the opportunity or ability to cognitively be developed, then the stages of development become cut off, and it has to take root again somewhere in that person's life. So, I will bring to your attention at some point or another about here in the United States. You would think that this is something that would not go on in this great country, but in this great country, there is nearly 200,000 children being given into matrimony. Yes. And I have the statistics to show that what I'm saying is correct. Cognitive growth and cognitive development is crucial when we consider spiritual parenting. The first step that I see is quite urgent and most important, and is of essence, is that the parents must choose who they believe. The parents are willing at that point to share with their children what they believe. And when you share with your child what you believe to be truth, then you expect your child to abide by that truth that you have set for them. So we hear a lot of people say, I was drugged to church. Yeah, I was drugged. I was on drugs at an early age. What do you mean by that? Well, I was drugged to church. My mother drugged me to church. I thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, I used to love going to church. It was the best time for me in my life was when I was at church. I really enjoyed the presence of God. And because, there was some dysfunction.